Fab, perfect. Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome back to Stretching for Runners. We are going to get our Zen on and be very chill this evening. I've had a few requests of different achy areas. Someone said everywhere, which really cracked me up. Yeah, we're there with you. But a few requests for shin, lower back, pelvic area as well. So we're going to make sure that we work through all of those highlighted spots as well. We're going to work through about 50% upper, 50% lower. So we've got a nice full body stretch this evening. So as mentioned, those of you who's just joined need a cushion, need your makeshift strap. So either a resistance band, yoga strap, dressing down strap, pair of tights, whatever you've got. Nice comfy area to stretch, and also a bottle of water. And for those of you using the playlist, whack it on from the beginning now and you should be good to go. Fab. Let me just get my volumes all right and we're good to go. Right, fab. So we're going to start today, guys. I'm just going to tilt down a little bit more. I'm going to start today sat cross-legged, so grab those cushions for comfort. Pop yourself and your bum on your cushion. Here we go. It's relax time. Legs crossed, and then we're going to do what I always tell you to do, crossing the other way. So as I've mentioned before, this just helps because we all sit with, if we're in a chair, one leg crossed over the other, or legs crossed one over the other, and we never change it round. And it tends to be that the leg that's underneath is our tighter side. So this just allows us to stretch out a little bit more. We're going to start today with some stretching around the neck area, upper shoulders, and then we're going to work through the back before we then go on to the lower body as well. And don't worry, all those target areas that you pointed out will be covered. So we're going to start off, right hand comes down to the mat beside us, left arm up, overhead, a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, down to the side. Now, you should feel a nice deep stretch down the side of the neck and into the top of the shoulder and potentially into the bicep as well. Option, walk those fingers out a little further or add a little bit more pressure if you wish. But we're going to be working through this a few times, so plenty of time to get loosey-goosey as we go. Well done, guys. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that right hand comes to the left elbow, and we're going to give that tricep a nice big stretch. So you should feel this from the armpit on the left arm all the way up to the elbow. Try and keep the hand, oh, hello, there we are, behind you, stretched out. Try not to fist it up because that's going to give you quite a lot of tension. And as always, I'm sure I'll say it 100 times this evening, breathing is key. Well done. Great work, guys. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that left arm comes down to the mat, the right hand onto the head, nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, stretching through that neck and shoulder. Well done, guys. Don't worry, we will start to loosen up as we go. I too am feeling very tight this evening. Well done. And in 5 seconds, that left arm is going to come up as we tricep stretch in 3, 2, and 1. Left arm to the right elbow and a nice stretch of that tricep. Should be feeling it all the way from the armpit on the right arm up to the elbow. Likely that you'll have a specific area of tension in your tricep. That's going to be different for everyone. So if you're not feeling it in your armpit, but you are feeling it a little bit further up the arm, that is absolutely fine. And remember, keep the breathing going, team. Well done. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, release those arms. We're going to bring them together in front of us, out to the front, tuck that head, stretch the shoulder blades as far apart as they will go, round through that back, and stretching through the upper back, and also into the neck. as well. Now this stretch does close down our lungs slightly, which means we may forget to breathe, but remember to do so. Well done, guys. And we're going to come into a nice chest stretch. Arms are going exactly the same, but behind us in 3, 2, and 1. Releasing off, the arms come round behind us, and we're chest proud through to the front, head up to the sky, bringing those shoulder blades together now instead, and feeling that stretch all across the chest and into the fronts of those shoulders as well. Really nice deep breathing. And in those legs, we're already stretching because we're the opposite way around. So we're actually already stretching them out. Well done, team. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release and give it a good shake off, a few circles round with those shoulders perhaps. We're going to go into a little bit of neck mobility now. So the chin's going to come down to the chest, round with the head to the right, tipping it all the way back, round to the left, and back down again. We're going to work through 5 circles each way at your own pace, however you feel you need them. If you finish a little bit faster, then just add another one in. And if, like me, you haven't had your hair cut in nearly a year now because the hairdressers haven't been open, your hair's going to end up in your face. I'm very sorry. Good work, guys. Really starting to mobilize that area, stretching it out from any hunching we've been doing at desks or over phones this week. And when you reach the bottom, going back the other way, the head comes around to the left, over to the right, and chin to the chest. Well done, guys. If you're sat at a desk all day for your job, this is going to be brilliant. Likewise, if you're not, we spend a lot of time hunched over many different things, not just a desk. So this is still going to be really beneficial for you. 2 more. Well done, team. And last one. Good work. Meeting back in the middle, clasping those hands together. We're going to bring them up onto the back of the head. If you've got a ponytail, just link the thumbs underneath it. But if you haven't, then you'll be able to get the back of your head all right. Nice deep breath in. I'm going to breathe out, bringing that chin to the chest. Stretching the shoulders apart from one another. Breathing in and breathing out. Try and keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. So if they're up by your ears, pull them back down. The more relaxed those shoulders are, the better we're going to feel that stretch. Just going to come over and check we're all okay. Well done, Elle. Well done, Hannah. Good work. Fantastic. Keep it going, guys. Well done, Gemma. And in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, and 1, releasing up and out, giving everything a good shake off. Grab yourself a little sip of water. And remember, super important that we stay nice and hydrated when we're stretching. Okay, we're going to come into our next little bit of the class today. So coming up, we're going to pop into a tabletop position. So using a cushion under your knees if you're on a hard floor or you have sensitive knees. Hands come directly under the shoulders. Knees come directly underneath the hips. I'm going to just strip my hoodie off so you can see properly now. I'm a bit warmer. Tabletop position. We're going to be working through some cat cows. So we're going to be doing these at our own pace as always. but also in our own way as well. So our standard cat-cow, as a reminder, we breathe in, round the shoulders away, belly button comes up to the sky, tail down, and then breathing away, chest proud, tail up to the sky, back arch. Now, options today, adding in some sides to side. Perhaps you want to go onto one arm to stretch out through one specific side a little bit more. That's always really helpful. But we're going to work through them at your own pace, however you feel you need them, and perhaps coming back into some circles as well, if you like. We're just going to spend a minute here by ourselves. Close those eyes down and tune in to yourself and what your body needs. Well done, guys. And remember, keep that breathing going. Well done. Nice work. And meeting back in center, untuck the cushion from under those knees. The knees go out a little bit wider, and we're going to sit down into our child's pose. Forehead to the floor. Fingertips walking away from us, shoulders down, feeling a nice deep stretch through that upper back and perhaps up into the arms as well. Well done. Okay, we're going to start working through a few back rotations now. So when you're ready, you take the right arm, we're going to feed it through under the left and come into our nice shoulder stretch. Should be feeling this on the right shoulder and into the bicep as well, perhaps. Option here, open up with the left arm going over the back as well. But if you find that the original version is enough for you today, that's totally fine. Well done, guys. Remember, today's class is all about you and your time and switching off. So feel free to close those eyes down to help you tune out from the world. Well done, guys. If you've got the arm behind the back, bring it back down now. And in 3, 2, 1, coming up, left arm feeding through the right and down onto our left shoulder. Well done, guys. Nice deep breath in and out. Again, option right hand comes up onto the back and it opens up the chest, or just keep it where you were if that is enough for you. Nice workout. Well done, Gemma. If that arm's behind your back, bring it over for me now. And in 3, 2, 1, coming back through, tucking those toes, we're going to lift up into our downward dog. Now, this is the first time we've been here, so it might be quite tight. So pedal through those feet if you need. Alternatively, if you're comfortable, static is fine. We're going to be working through this flow a couple of times, so you'll have opportunity to see how that stretching starts to loosen up the body as well. Great work, guys. Well done. Great work. And when you're ready, coming through to our high plank position, lowering the knees to the floor, chest comes down as well, hands to the side of the chest, and pushing up into our cobra. Don't worry if you have a few little clicks as you do so. Now, with the legs, you can either have them narrow, or if like me, you have quite tight hips, feel free to wiggle those out to the side, and that's going to help to stretch through the front of those hips as well. I find it quite a lot more comfortable to take them quite far apart, but wherever you need the stretch today. Well done. Keep it going, guys. Well done, Hannah. Great work. And we're going to come back into that child's pose in 3, in 2, and 1. The feet come together, knees out wide, and back to that child's pose for me. Forehead to the floor. We're just going to take 30 seconds to reset, recenter before we work through our flow one more time. Remember, deep breath in through the mouth, in through the nose, sorry, and sigh it away through the mouth. Well done, team. And in 5 seconds, we're going to feed that right arm through the left together in 3, in 2, and 1. Right arm through the left into that shoulder and back stretch. Option, of course, opening up the chest as well, whichever option you need today. You should feel a little bit more stretched this time. So if you feel like you can give it a bit more, wiggle the hand out to the side a little bit further and come onto the shoulder a little bit more. Well done. Keep the breathing going. Close down those eyes and embrace that somewhat nice, uncomfortable pain of stretching. Nice. If you've got the arm behind the back, bring it round for me. And in 3, in 2, and 1. We're coming through, and the left arm is going through under the right, or adding in our other side shoulder stretch. Again, option right hand comes up and opens through the chest if you wish. Well done, guys. Fantastic work showing up today. A few of you after those long runs as well. And all of you after what I'm sure has been some very tough weeks of training. So well done for being here. If that arm's behind the back, bring it forwards now. And in 3, 2, 1, the arm comes through. We tuck those toes and we're pushing up into that downward dog. Now, this is the second time we've been here, so you should feel a little bit more flexible this time. If you can have the feet flat, now's your time to do so. Remember, slight bend in the knees. If not, then pedal a little bit more deeply if you can. Whatever is helping you this evening. Just going to pedal through for about 30 seconds. Or static hold. Well done, guys. 10 more seconds, then we're coming through to that high plank. In 5, in 4, in 3, 2, and 1. So that high plank we go. Knees to the floor, chest follows. And when you're ready, pushing through to that cobra, up to the sky, legs wherever you need them, perhaps wide if you want to add in that pelvic stretch as well. Narrow if you're happy with just the core stretch. And this time we're going to add in some rotations. So looking over the left shoulder, looking over the right shoulder. This is going to help stretch down into those hips a little bit more and also stretch through the sides of the core, which are our oblique muscles. Well done, guys. Good work. And in 3, in 2, and 1. Oh, coming up onto those knees, grab yourself a little bit of a sip of water, rehydrate before we head into our next little section. Well done, guys. Hopefully we're starting to feel a little bit looser. So next up, we're going to head into a few spinal stretches, which are going to help us open up the back, an area which gets a lot of tension, not only from our day-to-day, but also from our running as well. If you think when we run, we use our core, and our core and back are opposite each other. So they work in harmony, but also against each other as well. So coming round to a cross-legged position once more for me. I'm going to stay sideways so that you can see, but obviously you go wherever you like. Try and keep those legs crossed your opposite way again still. I autopilot flip back to normal, as most of us do. We're going to bring our right arm across to the left knee. Our left hand is going to go behind us, and taking a nice deep breath in. On our exhale, we're going to turn and twist into that left arm. Now, option to add in a little bit more depth by moving that hand, or loosening the depth by bringing it further around. Whatever you need from today's stretch. Likely to feel this across the back and also a little bit in that chest as well, perhaps, if you're quite tight there. If you've done a lot of exercises involving chest or shoulder this week, then you'll certainly feel it there. Just going to come check we're all good, because we often get a little bit twisted in this one. But we've all done it perfectly. Well done, guys. Keep it going. And in 3, in 2, and 1, bring it back to center for me. Give it a shake off, give those shoulders a roll. Left hand comes over to the right knee. Right hand goes behind us. Deep breath in. And as we sigh out, twisting into that right hand, gazing back over the shoulder and feeling a nice stretch across the mid-back and spine. Perhaps in that right pec as well, or in the right shoulder. Really great work, guys. Well done. Remember to keep that breathing going. Our muscles will only relax if they have fresh oxygen. So bring it in. Well done, guys. Another 10 seconds here. And in 5, in 4, in 3, 2, and 1. Bring it around to the front. We're just going to counter stretch by arching through the shoulders, sucking in that belly button and rounding through the back. Just a nice counter stretch to make sure we're nice and even. A little bit like our cat-cow, but in the seated position instead. Well done. And in 3, in 2, and 1. We're going to come up into kneeling, sliding your cushion under your back knee, which is going to be your right knee to start with. We're going to step forwards. I'll wait for you all to join me. Well done, guys. We're going to start off with a few calf stretches, because I know there was some tightness in calves. So on the front leg, we're really simply going to come up onto tiptoes and then come up onto the heel, like so. So we're going through nice and slowly up onto the tiptoe. Should give you a nice stretch through the shin, and then coming back, the toes come up to the sky as we tip onto the heel, and you should start to feel a nice stretch through the back of that calf. Now you can take these at whatever pace you need to take them at today. Whatever your body needs is absolutely fine. Well done, team. Keep it going, Hannah. And one more rotation onto the heel. And one more up onto those tiptoes. Grabbing your strap, we're going to turn around. And now the idea is we're going to bring the right leg up into the right glute. If you need a little bit more help, grab your strap, wrap it around, and use that to help leverage it towards you. You should feel a nice stretch down the front of your right quad from this. I definitely need the resistance band today. Very tight. Well done, team. If you haven't already got a cushion underneath your knee, you may find that this puts a little bit more pressure on the top of the knee, so feel free to slide one under now. Well done. Option to start lunging forwards into that left hip a little bit more to add even more of a stretch, but totally up to you and what your needs are today. I am very tight. Well done. Great work, guys. And in 3, 2, 1, releasing that right foot down to the floor. We're going to sit back onto the right heel and stretch into the left hamstring. Now you can bring the knee a little bit further back, get yourself into where is comfortable for you. For me, I have to be up on my hands. Some of you might be able to get down on the floor, but it depends on your personal flexibility. But you should feel a nice deep stretch all the way down the back of that hamstring. Well done, guys. Keep it going. Nice deep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Keeping it nice and relaxed. If you can and you want to get a little bit more from the stretch, tip those toes up towards the forehead a little bit further, and that's going to intensify the stretch through the hamstring, and maybe add a little bit into that calf as well. Well done, guys. We're going to stay here for another 10. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left knee comes back. Pop it on the cushion or on the floor if you're comfortable. And right leg comes forwards. I'll wait for you all to join me there. And then we're going to move into our calf and shin stretching on this side. The same thing again, coming up really slowly onto the tiptoes and then rocking back very slowly onto the heel into what we call plantar flexion, which stretches out nicely down the front of the shin as well. Well done. Great work, guys. Whatever pace you need for these today is absolutely fine. Well done, Gemma. We're going to come up onto the toe and onto the heel one more time, up onto that toe. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back onto that heel for the last time. Toes to the sky, holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot to the floor. Well done, team. Okay, we're now going to come into our quad stretch on that left leg this time. So grabbing your strap if you need it, looping it around the foot, or if not, just using your hand to guide it up into the glute. And option as well to stretch, oh my gosh, not for me, very tight, to stretch forwards into that hip a little bit more too. Wherever you need to be. If you haven't already got the cushion there, you might want it now. So just reset yourself if needed. Really nice work, guys. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, releasing down. We're going to shuffle back a little bit for that knee and come into that hamstring stretch on the right leg. Remember, keeping a slightly bent knee is absolutely fine in the hamstring stretch. For some of you, this will be completely necessary. For others of you, you might find that you don't have a bent leg at all. Completely depends on your level of flexibility and also the range of motion that, to be quite honest, you were born with. So we can do things to slightly increase it, but if you've always needed a bend in your knee, you're probably always going to need a bend in your knee. Remember that option to tip the toes slightly more towards the forehead if you've got a little bit more or want to feel it in the calf slightly as well. Well done, Hannah. Nice L. Good work. I'm going to be holding this one for another 15 seconds. A really strong focus on the breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Remember, every time we breathe out through that mouth, it's your opportunity to sigh it away. Any stress or strain from the week, simply sigh it away. Well done, guys. And in 5, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. That right leg comes back. Give yourself a wiggle and have a little bit of a sip of water. Well done, guys. Okay, we're going to move into a few lying down stretches now. So that cushion comes back behind you. If you've got a blanket or a hoodie or anything near you, then pop it on, make yourself nice and toasty as we head into this final section of our class today, which is all about zenning down that body, getting nice and relaxed and having a little bit of you time. So when you're ready, onto that bum, feet are staying flat with the knees bent and lowering down, head onto our cushion. Now, the first thing we're going to do is just work through a few pelvic tilts together so that we can feel where naturally our back should be. So if you roll your top up a little bit, pop your hands onto your hips, you should be able to feel your hip bone with your fingers. Now, if you tilt your pelvis away from you, you're going to get an arch underneath your back, which you can fit your hands through. If you tilt your pelvis towards you, you're going to get a nice flat to the floor back. Now, that is what we call neutral spine. And you'll feel already that your core is a little bit more engaged. Perhaps your bum is a little bit engaged as well. And that it feels probably slightly different to normal. This is just a really good way to practice. Just perhaps once a day, come and do 3 or 4 30-second to a minute holds of your pelvic tilt. And that's just going to help set you up for a better running posture. If you strength train, a better strength training posture, and also just a better day-to-day posture as well. And releasing out of the pelvic tilt, round through the back, give it a shake off. And we're going to come back into another one, tilting the pelvis towards us in 3, 2, and 1. Engaging that core, back flat to the floor. Nice deep breath in and out. Another nice deep breath in and out. Round it away. Give it a wiggle before we go into one final tilt. Hands on the hips in 3, 2, 1. Tilt it towards us. Flatten that back. Engage that core. Breathe into that chest. Sigh it away. And in 3, 2, and 1, those legs, walk them away from you and give them a good shake off. Now I've made a grave error. My bands are down the other end. Grab your strap or your band if it's not near you. And we're going to come into a few hamstring stretches now. So taking your right leg, if you're working with a band, I'll demonstrate first. If you're not, I'll demonstrate second. Looping the band around the base of the foot, we're going to use it to leverage into our hamstring stretch. Now we want to keep a slight bend in the knee, like so. We don't want to lock it out. We want a slight bend and just gradually pull it towards you, feeling a nice stretch down the back. If you're not using a band, then just use the hands gently just above the knee on the back of the thigh to pull that towards you. Option, if this is quite a lot for you, you can bring that left leg to a flattened position with a bent knee, and that's just going to help take a little bit of strain off the hips if you're feeling that your hips are quite tight. Although keeping them open is also going to help loosen off those hips as well. So it depends what level of tightness you're at today. Well done, guys. Great work. And in 3, in 2, and 1, we're going to unloop and lower that leg down to the floor. Give it a little bit of a bend into the chest and away from you, a bit of a shake out if you need. If you can hear my hip clicking, I'm so sorry. Well done, guys. And we're going to loop that band now around the left, exactly the same stretch, but through the left-hand side of the body, coming into that hamstring stretch. Again, remember, option to have that right leg bent if needed, and remember not to lock out that knee, keep it soft. Now, there's some temptation sometimes that perhaps only your left hamstring feels tight or only your right hamstring feels tight, and therefore you only stretch one, not both. Now, the reason we work through dual stretching, which means both sides of the body, is so that we make sure that we have the best opportunity to lengthen those muscles, no matter how tight they are. So if you only work through the right-hand side, that's going to cause you a little bit of an imbalance between your left and right-hand side, which can lead to further issues. So by working through both, we just eliminate the likelihood of that or make it less likely. And if you've got the shakes in your left leg right now, like I have, just take a deep breath and breathe through it. And in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. Loop it off for me. Foot down to the floor, give it a hug into the chest if you need, a bit of a shake out. Well done. We're going to bring those knees back up to the bent position, and we're going to work through a couple of glute stretches. So the left leg is going to cross up and over onto the right thigh, leading through the gap. We're going to bring that leg towards us, and we should feel a nice deep stretch down that left bum cheek. Now, option for those of you with really strong hip mobility, you might find this is a little bit easy. You can make it harder, by taking your left hand and adding a little pressure. For people like me who have very tight hips, stay where you are. If it feels enough, it is enough. Well done, guys. I'm just going to come check that we're all good. Nice work, Gemma. Well done, Elle. Keep it going. We're going to hold this one for quite a prolonged period. Yes, we often stretch out our glutes. They're quite an easy standing stretch to work through when we get back from our runs, but you likely do it for about 2 seconds. So this just gives us the opportunity to really make sure we're stretching through them. We're also stretching the hip here as well. So we're stretching 2 different areas. And in 3, in 2, and 1, lowering the leg down. The right leg comes up and across the left. Through the gap we go, and bringing the stretch through the right glute instead. Again, option for those with a really high range of mobility to add that pressure. But if it's enough, if it feels enough, sorry, it is enough. Just keep it there. Nice deep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And remember, every exhale is an opportunity to give it a little bit more, if you can. If you can't, stay where you are. That's a-okay. Well done, guys. And in 5, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet down to the floor. If your eyes aren't already closed, try and give them a close down for our final few stretches. We're going to start off by windscreen wipering our knees from left to right. So we want a slight bend in the knees, feet flat to the floor. Hands are out to the sides, either bent or straight, I don't mind at all. And then we're just going to simply tip our legs and knees over to the left and then over to the right. And this is just a nice warm up for the spine before we go into our full spinal rotation stretch. Well done. Good work. And left leg flat to the floor. Right arm goes out to the side, left hand to the right knee, gaze to the right hand side, looking at the arm, and then twisting over to the left, stretching through that spine. Don't worry if you hear any snaps or pops or crackles, you're all good. Perfectly normal. Nice deep stretch through that spine. Those of you who mentioned the lower back was feeling quite tight, this is a really good one that you can do. And in 3, in 2, and 1. Back to center. Right leg down to the floor, left arm out to the side, right hand to the left knee, turning the head to the left and the leg coming over to the right, twisting through that back again. Nice deep breaths, keep them going. Well done, guys. Close those eyes down. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rolling onto those backs. Hands coming down to the sides, palms to the sky. Together, we're just going to take 3 nice deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose, let's go. Out through the mouth, sigh it away. In through the mouth. Sigh it through the mouth. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Well done, guys. Give those fingers and toes a little bit of a wiggle, starting to wake them back up again. And when you're ready, just gradually make your way to a seated position. If you want to stay on the floor and have a nap, feel free. And when you feel like you're nice and steady, just slowly blink those eyes back open. I'm going to pop over. Hopefully no one is actually asleep, although if you are, carry on by all means, that's absolutely fine. Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you're feeling nice and zen after that stretch. I certainly am. I think I need to go to bed now. Feeling a little bit dazed. Make sure to get a little bit of water in you. Now, really important over the next 24 to 48 hours, as always, but even more so, that you stay nice and hydrated. The kind of stretching that we've been working through this evening really pulls at those muscles and really does require good recovery. So a good night's sleep tonight if you can. Working through a little bit of mobility when you wake up in the morning, and mobility can be putting your favorite song on and having a boogie. That's fine, just something to wake up the body. And also making sure to have a nice dinner tonight and a good few bottles of water over the next few hours. I hope you enjoyed today's session. As always, I'll be sending the recording around, and we have a few classes next week as always. So we've got strength on Tuesday and Thursday, a brand new programming block. So if some of you haven't been to strength before, really good opportunity to get involved as we start kind of from basics on some new exercises. For those of you who have, we're changing things up and starting our new programming block next week and progressing further. And we've also, of course, got stretching again on Sunday. So get booked in. The link will be on the email I send around this evening. And I hope to see you all again soon. Have a fab evening, guys. Bye.